Yeah, what are we doing?
We're doing a Doctor Who rewatch podcast.
Just shut up, stop talking, cease and desist, there's a good girl. Go, 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 go.
This is the finale of season 9, maybe? Sure.
8?
8.
Is it 8?
I think so.
Aldi started with 8, dude.
Ah, no.
I feel like we're outnumbering him. This is going to be great.
So, welcome back to episode something of Never Ever Eat Pears. I am your host, Regan. I'm joined once again by Peter.
Hello.
And we have special guest Donna joining us for today.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
But not that Donna.
Not that Donna.
A different Donna.
Different Donna.
Not Ginger Donna.
No.
We are still a bit ways away from having Doctor Who cast join us on the show.
I don't know.
If you could have one cast member on the show, who would you be? Who would you have?
Capaldi.
Yeah?
By a mile. Yeah.
I
man.
want to have either the guy who played Elton
Oh, he'd be good.
or the guy who played I can't remember his character name off the top of my head, but the one who's the conspiracy theorist in Rose.
Oh, crikey.
The first ever episode.
Yeah.
He was good.
He was
Just
good,
because
yeah.
I want to be like, wasn't it fucked up that you stood there in front of an auton and your family had to watch you
die.
get executed?
Yeah. To be fair, he didn't try and run though, did he?
No,
He just
he
saw the
just-
hand go
he
down, just did that
accepted
kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
I don't know if it was maybe a deeper dive into my wife has never appreciated my conspiracy theories. Take me.
Take me now she'll believe me.
So we are going to, assuming that you're happy to do 2 episodes
For sure, my dude.
today,
Yeah.
we are going to do the double bill season finale for Capaldi's first season, and we are starting with an episode called Dark Water. And boy, oh boy, do we know that it's written by Stephen Moffat, because we are immediately hit with the sadness.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
They don't even warm up to it, man. It just happens.
Now, I've already forgotten what we looked up very briefly before Peter arrived.
So-
Do you remember what the wording was that Clara uses?
She said... Nope.
She said... She didn't say, like, shut up completely, but she said something to that effect.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I can't remember.
No,
which-
we just looked at it.
To which Danny obviously consciously doesn't decide to, but gives
Yes.
her the greatest amount of shut up that anyone could possibly
Yeah.
give. Is this the quietest car accident that's ever happened?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because she hears nothing.
She hears
down-
nothing on the phone. She doesn't even hear the phone, like,
hit
drop.
the floor,
No.
or
No. Just
No.
a weird kind of
Do you think it maybe
clicking noise?
sailed through the
Yeah.
air and the elderly lady caught it?
Best reflexes ever, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so the episode does open quite harshly with the death of Danny Pink
Yeah.
and the
Yes.
end of
That weird relationship.
weird relationship, if you can even call it that.
Doesn't the old lady even just, like, hang up? She says, I'm really sorry.
she-
And then just hangs up.
Clara drops the phone and just runs immediately to where he was because she knew.
She's psychopathic. Psychopathic? Telepathic. Either
It's a
or.
bit of a harsh but so there's that beautiful visual of where it kind of hard cuts to it having been some time since he's passed, because there's the remembrance board
Yeah.
and things like
Yeah.
that, and she's standing in the middle of the road. Thank God it wasn't a main road that he died on, because
Yeah.
he would be that psychopath standing in the middle of the road. And the sadness of Clara saying, "You are the last person to ever hear me say, well, I love you, there won't be anyone else."
Yeah.
She
She does do sad well, doesn't she?
She
though?
does.
She does.
She's very good.
But this is the episode, for me at least, that made me not like Clara as a companion, because of all the times that she takes authority in probably the greatest ways possible.
Yeah.
And
To now pull this is...
yeah, like it feels like she oversteps the mark quite severely.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
So,
Beginning of a slippery slope for
Yeah.
upcoming seasons.
because just before the title sequence, doesn't it, Clara's talking to, is it her grandmother or just indescript elderly lady? Who just so happens to be in her
I think
flat?
it's her grandma, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
She's at dinner, Christmas
at
dinner
Christmas
with...
dinner, yeah.
with Matt
Oh,
Smith.
okay. Oh, she's the one who's like, ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
That's her.
Yeah, so Clara says something like, I'm owed this.
Yeah.
To which then it does the title credits, and then Doctor rocks up. There's one I pointed out to you, Donna, when we were watching it, that the beautiful and very kind of melancholy, the right word, but very sad series of shots is immediately ruined by that horrible CG shot of the TARDIS on that weird futuristic
That
hill.
weird,
The
like,
red.
We didn't
volcano.
need it. We know that the Doctor's in the TARDIS. We don't need that shot. And Clara coming in and saying, she wants to see an active volcano. So she goes around the TARDIS and picks up all of the Doctor's keys. Knowing the Doctor, surely he has billions of keys just scattered about.
Yeah.
And why does Clara know where all of these are?
Yeah. And also, surely he's got some sort of spidey sense to know
Yeah.
that
Well,
they're
that's-
being tampered with.
Well, I think he does, because it's heavily... When Clara's saying she's never seen an active volcano, and the Doctor kind of looks up as she's rifling through one of the pockets or whatever, and he says it's rubbish.
Good point, well made, yeah.
So,
But why would he not have a key on his person?
Well, this is something else that we raised, because aren't we forgetting
Yes.
about a certain...
Yeah. I'm sure he could just do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I mean, I can't, but I can't click.
Oh. But, yeah, surely he doesn't need the keys to get into the TARDIS. It's just something nice to give to the companions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because half the time you never even see him use it, he just pushes
he
on the
just
door.
opens
Yeah.
it up.
So there's a certain bit at the end of this two-parter that we will tackle regarding the keys. Hopefully one of you will remind me, because there's a certain individual who clearly doesn't need a fucking key and just walks into the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying, he's given so many keys to companions. Surely he could have just got one back if he really needed to.
Right, we're going to find Rose. Let's go.
No, I was saying to Donna, wouldn't it be brutal if he went back to Martha and it's like, it took half a season to give me for me to give you this, but I'll be taking that
I
back.
need
Thank
this
you very
back
much.
right now. Although security concern, man. You know, keys to the TARDIS
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Especially in the hand of someone in unit, possibly.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own TARDIS key.
Yeah.
All we have to do is take it down to the key cutter. I'll have 1 million of these, please.
So she goes up behind the Doctor and puts something on his neck, and then it kind of smash cuts to him lying in front of this volcano, and Clara standing in front of him holding out the TARDIS keys, threatening to burn them so he will take her to save Danny Pink.
Yes.
This is the bit that really frustrated me, because it feels like she massively overstepped the mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I really fixated on it, but I mentioned it to you when we were watching the episode. She throws in a couple, then she throws in a whole handful, and she's got the last one she throws in. And for whatever reason, only on that last one, there's a really weird kind of gunge sound effect when it hits the lava. That really kind of cliche.
So, we've got up the stakes as the last key.
Yeah. But it all turns out that it's all a dream sequence that the Doctor's composed, because it wasn't in fact a sleep patch, it was a dream patch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you can control her dreams or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he wanted to see how far that she would go.
Yeah.
To which then she asks, where does this kind of leave us? And the Doctor just says, go to hell.
Yeah.
Which is a fair thing if
Yeah.
that was his legit.
If that was
Yeah.
a legit reaction,
meaning
I'd be like,
behind it.
yep, cool.
That-
leave the TARDIS.
Acceptable.
Go
Yeah.
to hell.
But no, he says we're going to go to hell
He means
or wherever.
Yeah.
Legitimately, we are going there, yeah.
So this episode, I'm sure that you're aware, Pete, it caused a lot of controversy when it came out, because there's one particular part specifically that people found quite disturbing, and rightly so, because it's hugely disturbing.
Yeah.
But obviously, Doctor Who, at least within the Doctor Who universe, has always combated life after death quite interestingly and made it quite a terrifying prospect. I mean, Torchwood's probably the worst one, where it's like, oh, there's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just a black void of
Yeah.
It keeps me up at night,
with
man.
something in the darkness. But then Clara asks, "Why would you do this for me?" And then there's that heartbreaking.
Oh my God, it's one of his best lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think I
Made
care for
me
you
cry.
so little that betraying me would make a difference?
Made me cry.
Yeah. Like, literally, I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, man. But I was trying to be cool in front of my parents, so I was like, no, it's fine.
Oh, I just cried.
So
It's just brilliant.
Yeah.
It's just...
It makes you wonder why she didn't think at any point, maybe just ask
him.
first. Yeah.
It just goes against all of this
Yeah.
lovely backstory that they've built up with her being with the Doctor for so long.
Yeah.
How much she knows him.
Yeah.
And I know it's a traumatic thing. that she's gone
Yes.
through. But what? It's just
Ask first.
Ask first.
Keys back up.
Yeah, keys in your back up. Like, right, okay, I mean business. But I also like it. Kind of puts me in mind of with Catherine Tate and David Tennant at the Fires of Pompeii, where she's just begging him to go and save somebody.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would have been such a, I don't know, having something like that instead of this whole key business.
Yeah.
I feel would have been so much more impactful because Clara was begging for the life of Donna was begging for the life of like anybody.
Yeah.
And she had so much emotion in that, just for some random stranger that she had never ever met before.
Yeah.
And Clara just couldn't access that point of
The one person that I
one
want.
person that she loves.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I was saying to you earlier, Donna, and I don't know whether this comes across badly, but in my mind at least, the companion should always feel a certain amount of like, not gratitude towards the Doctor, but gratitude towards the situation. You know, they've been given the chance of a lifetime, and then to stand there and demand in such a kind of cold way that the Doctor do something for them.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't have, like, it goes back to the I am owed thing.
Yeah.
You're bloody not.
No.
I mean, you get where she's coming from in the sense that, you know, she's saved his life across countless
Yeah.
reincarnations of himself, but you're not.
No
one's owed anything at any point.
No.
And she has the audacity.
But he tries, doesn't he? Because he said, if I go and save him, it will create paradox.
Yeah.
So let's try a different way. Let's try and get him back a different way.
Yeah.
I will help you, but not the way you want.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. I suppose you could flip the coin and say, like, you know, she's so clouded by grief, her whole mentality's gone askew.
Which is fair, because people do change when harsh times of grief happen, but it just doesn't paint Clara in a particularly positive light.
No.
As someone who's meant to be such a turning point for the Doctor, during the 2 regenerations from Matt to Capaldi, she was essentially not his carer, but the one who kind of like re-merged him into the Doctor and got him to be able to care again and things like that. It kind of stole that away.
Yeah, she was his grounding point for ages, and now she's just flipped the table.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay,
where
did that come from?
So we've had this kind of Land of the Dead sprinkled out throughout the season.
Yeah.
Why is it that, you know what I'm going to say?
I do.
Why is it that multiple people that we've seen who got killed or / deactivated, I suppose, because of the droid in the first episode, but have ended up in this lavish garden, this lovely, you know, and Danny's in an office.
Yeah, Danny's in an office.
I know that there was the police officer who got killed, and I rather hope that was a little bit of commentary on the police, and it's like, yeah, everyone else deserves a lavish garden, but you piece of shit, you're in it. You're in there. But no, it just seems off a bit that...
I don't know. Like, part of me wanted to think that maybe Missy was getting... No, spoilers, everybody knows. It's fine.
Yeah. We're in this episode, don't worry. Like, hold off long enough. The cat's out of the bag with her.
That, you know, she was starting off trying really hard to like convince people this was a really lovely place, but then obviously as she's getting more and more like, I've got more and more people, this is getting closer and closer to the thing, maybe she's just like, oh, just sod it.
Patience is running.
Yeah, patience is running low. I'm using my minimal effort. So
Yeah.
I'll make this concrete like jungle kind of
I'm
vibe.
not going to make this beautiful spread of knickknacks and stuff to eat
Yeah,
in this beautiful garden every time.
Yeah, she's getting more and more stressed, so like the finer details are getting less and less. She's like, right, this is happening. That's how I chose to think about it.
No, I love it. That's brilliant. So the TARDIS materialises once again in the Cardiff Museum.
Of course it does.
Because there are no other places.
And we get this kind of harrowing shot of all these tanks that have been CGI'd into the roof of the museum. So I don't think Clara... I know I can understand that this whole situation is a high-stress situation for Clara, but she's automatically not listening to the Doctor, because the Doctor says straight off the bat that the rich and powerful get themselves seated in a nice tank and stuff, and she's like... Am I going to find Danny in one of these? It's like, no, you're rich and powerful. He will be in a fish bag.
Yeah, literally, it would be shaking him like a bag.
And then the Doctor opens up a book and flicks a 3D mesh of a cube at the wall that then sprinkles into... Is it? I can't remember the name of the corporation. Is it?
3W.
3W, thank you. And we get a little... voice interface explain what 3W is, but it turns out to be this quote-unquote android standing behind.
Yeah.
Was she just standing behind the pillar?
I
Because
hope
she
so.
definitely wasn't behind that when it first started.
She was not.
She snuck in. She Scooby-Dooed that.
Um,
Also,
and-
like, what year are we in at this point? Because where do we have these interfacing QB bits?
Yeah.
Did we ever find out what year we're in? I assume we're around
Around now? But we
similar
don't have that.
time. Yeah.
but why would it matter? Because this is in the realm or space that Missy's built.
Are we there though, or are we?
We're not in because the
Because he's not shocked that it's there, is he? He's not.
No, he's just like, oh yeah, cool, tech. But I thought we were around Clara time frame.
Yeah. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
But all of this technology in this, like all the Cybermen stuff to be revealed later, is obviously not of current tech. So
Yeah. But he's not gone. Oh, this is unusual.
yeah, but they
This
don't know.
should
They
be,
don't know
yeah.
that they're because they've used the TARDIS telepathic circuits to get there, so they don't know where there is because that's the reveal once the Doctor opens the door.
Oh
and
yeah,
he's like,
they might
we're
not have
in
been on
current time.
Earth.
No, they were on Earth, but they didn't realise that until the Doctor walks out that door
Yeah.
because they used the TARDIS's telepathic circuits to get to Danny or wherever Danny
And
is.
Danny could be anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, so
yes,
they don't
yes,
know where
yes.
precisely
This
where
I
there is.
have not watched.
Because me saying the Cardiff Museum is fun for us, but they don't know that.
True. I take it back. I'm sorry.
No?
Reel it.
So there's. I brought this up to Donna when we watched the episodes that there's two problematic moments in this episode when it comes to the TARDIS.
Only two.
Oh, do you have more?
I'm just saying that's quite a low number for. This
I
is
mean-
a chaotic episode already. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right. So, because we've seen the telepathic circuits being used before, but if we remember quite like it's canon that the TARDIS is a consciousness and has been a woman at some point.
Yes.
So what is the telepathic circuits? Are they just sticking their hands into her left eye? Is this like, oh my god?
I think in her ears.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
But yes, we'll get to the second because it's far more problematic that second moment. But we'll get there. So they materialize here and they get the little voice interface thing, and then this quote unquote droid turns up and gives the Doctor the welcome package.
Yes.
Oh my!
Oh, the welcome
That welcome
package.
package.
Yeah, I mean,
If anybody welcome packaged me like that, I'd be so upset.
He leans into it.
He gets for it. Yeah, he's in that. He could very easily.
but then tries to play it out where it's like, Clara, is it over?
Yeah. It was genius. It was, I think, quite a nice light bit of comedy before
Yeah.
we just go head first into the deep.
Into the sad shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so the Doctor's asking who maintains this android, and she says she does all the self repairs, and then asks him to check her heart,
Yeah.
which he does. Now we know further into the episode that he detects that there's more than one heart there. Why does he not say anything?
Why does he not go? Oh, this is strange.
Yeah,
This is unusual.
yeah. Two hearts explain,
Yeah.
but doesn't. Instead, we're led to believe that he's just a bit befuddled because he was forced to touch a droid's chest.
We'll say that.
Yeah.
Maybe his own hearts were beating too fast. He was like, I can't differentiate right now.
What is heart?
I'm just vibrating.
One of the best Missy lines, though, that we get is when they finally kind of divulge that they're maintained by a Dr. Chang, and she just does the outburst for Dr. Chang.
Yes.
And this individual, I feel like we haven't touched on Danny at all. We need to circle back.
He's a little bit like a.
He's not important right now.
But we'll do a bit of Danny. So he's in an office, and you quite rightly pointed out that probably with the most punchable individual.
Oh
yeah.
gosh, yeah.
Oh god.
I just can't.
And
I don't
The
really
worst
like.
person
No
you would
offense,
wanna
my lad,
meet.
I don't really like his comedy either.
No. No.
I'm very sorry. I'm sure he's lovely, but no,
that's fair.
I would not want to be stuck in a room with him.
no, nah, not at all.
And he's wonderfully blunt about everything, probably because he's had to do this a billion times.
Yeah, it's like I'm bored now.
Yeah, where he's asked for coffee for Danny, which I don't think ever turns up.
Nah, of course it doesn't.
Because I think doesn't that happen again with the police officer, and he says, "Oh, we don't actually have coffee."
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so we know that coffee's not.
Yeah,
there is no coffee.
There is no coffee.
And he's asked Danny immediately, is he going to be cremated?
Yeah,
To which he then yells down the corridor, "We've got a burner."
Got a burner.
Not even trying to be subtle about
No,
it. Just
Just like, yeah.
or kind.
But he says that someone from the outside world wants to talk to him, and he says for whatever reason the Wi-Fi is better outside, so that's what leads them to that balcony situation. It's lovely that this afterlife has as good a Wi-Fi as I do. And he's taken out there because it's obviously Clara that wants to talk to him. So Clara's gone with the doctor to Dr. Chang, and Dr. Chang has explained to the doctor, because the doctor's like, why aren't all these bones in this tank just floating about? And he's like, oh, there's a exoskeleton thing that's holding them together, but we make that invisible, which seems like a lot of work just to be able to see a skeleton.
Yeah, that, like, you know, we've got this fancy ass water that hides certain things
that you very rightly that you very rightly pointed out when you see the shot of him put his hand in. As he's retracting his hand is dry, but then the next shot, his hand is wet, but his sleeve is dry.
Everything's dry.
Brilliant.
It's magic water.
Yes. And he's explaining that's what hides the metallic thing, because it's just the organics that are shown. And then Dr. Chang kind of explains what created 3W was some unknown individual apparently was looking at TV static and was like, oh, there's noise and shit in the TV static. I'm gonna try and deduce what that is. And it's, oh my god, it's people. And it's the noises and voices of the recently deceased,
which is a quite big conclusion to come to. I personally would just think, that's a lot of people making some noise.
People be mucking around.
Right.
That's quite a jump to get.
Oh my god, they're dead.
Well, I suppose because one of the voices that he's able to, it seems like that's an odd thing for people to say over the TV waves.
What are they saying? Don't burn me, please, or something.
Please don't cremate me.
Don't cremate me.
Don't cremate
That's
me.
it.
Which is I think the thing that people
absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
Horrific.
But like, it's also a theme that Moffat's used again, isn't it? Have you seen Dracula?
No.
The Dracula series.
The
Moffat,
three-parter.
Yeah.
Did he use it? When did he use it in that?
At the very last episode, where Dracula's telling his like new bride, when you die, when you turn, do not let them cremate you. You'll feel it.
Oh yeah.
And then she gets cremated, and you just see her feeling all of it. And then when she comes back, spoilers, when she comes back as his bride, she is burnt. But she's also gone insane because she's been burnt. And it is dark as hell. It is dark as hell. Wow. But I feel like Stephen Moffat probably doesn't want to be cremated himself, considering he's written like at least two things about not being burnt.
Strong feelings.
He has strong feelings about cremation, and he don't like it. But yeah, it's dark. Like, so there's this whole scene where they're like lowering her coffin into the cremation bit. And obviously the whole family's crying, but going, oh, you know, she's okay, she's fine. But they then pan into the coffin, and she's screaming. She is screaming, but no one can see it or hear it, and it is dark. So yeah, sidetracked, but there you go.
So yeah, we get that incredibly harrowing clip. To which I think then he asks which dead person are you here to talk to. So he claims he's patching her through to Danny. And then Danny takes the audio call on the balcony overlooking this weird kind of Halo Ring-esque planetoid that they're in. I think I'm just going to call him Punchable Guy. Says earlier in the episode, he's like, "Oh, I can see my house from here." Why has he never looked out that window? Why is that? Is he? I bet he already knew that, and he was like, "Oh, there's a funny joke, funny little thing. I can see my house." But do you reckon they can see that random nice garden from there too? That would probably stick out from the land.
I hope so. Like, we did used to send people over there, but we got bored. Yeah. Has he? He hasn't told Danny yet, has he?
What? That he's
dead.
No, I think he had. No, he tells him in the office.
Has he told him that he's dead?
Yeah,
we've skipped a bit.
Because he says in the office, well, you're dead. And this is what's...
But this is the second time he's had a call, because we've missed the first time he's met someone.
Oh, yeah. The little.
Yeah, Clara's the second person he talks to.
Oh, yes.
Because there's a third member of
Yes.
the party on the
Yeah.
balcony, isn't there?
Oh, beans, there is.
Oh,
And
oh man.
now, okay, so I'm not one to look at Doctor Who canon, lore, or anything and consider it concrete, because it ain't. And
Nah.
it's constantly being torn
Yeah.
down. It's odd, though, to have it torn down in the same episode where the mechanics of a universe and mechanics of a situation are explained. So we know that the dead, while they're in this kind of Gallifreyan hard drive, can feel and experience the pain of the body after death.
Yep.
This is going to sound real morbid, but why is this kid not riddled with holes?
I don't know.
And why is he at least not feeling that? Because he's fairly calm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they can't show that because they've already gone pretty dark with this episode, but it just seems like they've already established that the body...
Does it continue to feel the pain?
Yeah, because that's what the... there's some... I
Yeah.
think Danny hears someone scream and he's like, "Ooh, someone's donated their body to science."
Oh, yeah.
And he's so happy
He's
about
just
it.
like, oh, yay! Oh, I don't know. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, maybe just because that is a step too far.
Yeah.
Because it's a child.
It's a little kid.
There's another thing with children that we deduced
yeah.
in the second episode. We'll get there, but it's fucked.
Oh, okay.
I just feel like this should have been a Torchwood episode.
Yeah,
It's intense.
Yeah.
it's bordering on.
Yeah, for
Um,
like a kids' TV show, which
I imagine-
essentially is what Doctor Who is.
Yeah.
I imagine though, if it were Torchwood, we would see, much like Dracula, you'd see someone going through the cremation stuff and
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
that.
he pocketed that. I was like, yeah, do this later.
We'll use that for another thing. And I think we audibly laughed when it smash cut to then Danny sitting in front of the little boy and he's like, "So, how are you doing?"
Yes, I know the guy's an awkward piece of shit, but oh my god.
Think of something else to say.
Yeah.
Did you find your parents? Maybe something like that. I don't know. Just very strange.
Yeah. And what was the meetup like when this kid was presumably like told to go to this balcony? How was that told to him? Was he like, we found
The guy that killed you's here.
Hey.
I know. If you want revenge, mate, you've got him on a balcony, so you can just go push him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Danny, again, not reading the space, like quickly reaches out to the boy,
Yeah.
which is a horrible thing to do. And obviously the boy recoils and runs.
Freaks out.
Understandably so. Yeah. But
So-
you know, again, cutting the guy some slack. He's just been hit by a car. He's probably all over the
He's a bit
place.
confused.
Yeah.
And he has been presented with someone that
He murdered.
quite a long time ago.
I mean, also on the subject of why the kid's not feeling the residual pain, why is Danny not feeling any residual pain from the car accident?
Yeah. There's not a mark on him.
Well, it doesn't even have to be that, but be like, my ribs don't all feel there, or
Something's a bit loose. I don't know.
just like shuffling down the corridor with one leg just dragging or something. Yeah, so we've had little sprinklings throughout even this early portion of the episode of a certain greater threat. And it is as early as when you see Danny in the office and there's a picture on the wall, which is the logo of 3W.
Yep, yep,
And
yep.
it's a thing, but we'll get there.
It's a thing that we know.
And this is when the call is established between
Yeah.
Danny and Clara. And why can't Danny cook up something that is proof audibly to Clara? Or you were saying maybe Clara just would never
I don't think she would ever have believed
him,
anything he
no
said.
matter what he said.
Of course he would.
Clara, do you remember when I implausibly springboarded and did a somersault over a droid?
And she would just say, anyone could say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're telepathic. So, yeah, I don't think he could have ever said anything to convince her it was him.
No.
But it was a beautifully morbid kindness that Danny did, where Clara was saying, "You say I love you one more time, and I'm switching this thing off," and then he deliberately says it so that she would.
Yeah.
And during all of this, we've had some tank drainage going on, have we not?
Yeah.
We have, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
we have.
we've also skipped over that a little bit. So during the episode sprinkled throughout, the skeletons have turned their heads in the tanks. They've they stood up from their chairs.
They do be moving though.
And we've had some tank drainage. So you pointed out something quite right.
Yeah.
And it happens twice in the episode because we've already had it established that these skeletons have some kind of metal containment. Yet we see one of them put their hand up against the glass and there be no distance between the hand and the glass. And we also see one very precisely push a button with the skeleton
With
hand.
the bone hand
Yeah.
straight on the button.
Yeah. But I think.
What can you do?
Doesn't the because the doctor goes off with Dr. Chang and says there's something bigger going on. They both walk through the doors.
Yeah.
Which is the reveal for the
With
Yes.
and Clara. Clara's on her own.
Yeah.
Clara's left
Yeah.
in the room.
It's when the lift shuts, isn't it? Or the
Ooh.
doors shut.
Yeah.
And that was when I first
when
noticed
we
it
saw
the
the
first
logo, yeah.
time.
Well,
Yeah.
you also get the dun dun dun.
Yeah, you get the music and you're like, oh, we know now.
Because we also get a little bit of a certain other soundtrack sprinkled in as well when Missy is kind of listening in to the skeleton's been encased in a metal shell and she does that little snigger. I think there is a bit of a
I think there is. Yeah, I think you're right.
hinting to her true identity, but we'll get there. So Clara turns around and sees the Cyberman. I think we've talked about the design of these Cybermen before.
Yes.
How do you feel about this design?
I have queries and questions.
Speak your mind.
Well, like the whole skeleton thing.
Yes.
I thought that they were just brains in suits, and now we have skeletons.
Yes, but we do also... We've had that earlier, because remember in the Pandorica episode with the partially dissembled Cyberman, when the head's coming after Amy, and it like slices down the front of it and it opens and it's got a full skull in it.
Oh, CC, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just felt like, I could never remember where we're at with Cybermen
Yeah.
and whether
It
we're just
feels
brains
inconsistent.
or if we are brains and skeletons.
They're inconsistent, even
Consistently.
within these two episodes.
Yeah, they are. Consistently inconsistent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're very... I love the Mondasians. Like,
Oh, yeah.
they're my favourite.
Mondasian
So
for me
everything
are-
is below the Mondasian for me.
But I think for me, it'd probably
But-
go Mondasian and then reboot series Cybermen, so the Parallel Earth.
Yes, I like those,
Because
yeah.
they're
They were
clunky,
good,
and I
yeah.
think there's a lot to be said for something that's sinister and clunky. Because I think it was in the Matt Smith era that they gave this new generation of Cybermen the ability to slow down time and be able to run.
Yeah.
And that just robs them of their sinisterness.
They don't need to run.
The
They
Cybermen-
gonna get you.
The
They don't
Cybermen
need
and the
to.
Daleks, they take their time
Yeah.
and they know they're doing it. Like
Yeah.
there is no hurry because they will get you
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
scarier if they're coming at you slowly, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, exactly.
And in mass, but I don't. And it's the streamlinedness. They don't feel good. There's a particular moment in the beginning of the second episode, and we'll get there too, where these costumes are fully shown just how rubbish they are. But we'll get there.
I don't know. I feel like they've just tried to sports car the Cybermen at this point, and I'm like, no, make him a truck.
I don't know whether there was some kind of Iron Man tie-in, because obviously we do also get to see that these Cybermen can fly.
Yeah, again, I don't know how I feel about this. I wasn't sure how I felt about the Dalek levitating.
It's different, isn't it? It's not
It's yeah. We'll go with that. It's different.
different.
It is neither good nor bad. It's
Yeah.
just different.
Oh, there's a statement that we missed, and I can't even remember hearing it when we rewatched the episodes only today. But Dr. Chang says something a bit fucked up. He said he was talking to the doctor about black water, and he said, or dark water, and he says, "Oh, they should definitely use them in swimming pools."
Oh my god, yes,
Oh,
he
yes.
does.
That's no.
I think even the doctor looks at him like, I'm
And he's like,
sorry.
Why?
And then he says,
no.
think about it, and he's like, I am.
And it's awful.
Why?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Where did
He's
that
not
come from?
Not a nice thing to say.
Are we just trying to establish that this is a bad man?
Maybe.
Yeah. And it doesn't make it sad when he gets his
Yeah, when
car.
you're like,
fair,
good.
goodbye. So the
God, I've forgotten about that.
So would I.
the doors are opened and the Cybermen are coming out of the tanks.
Yeah.
I think Missy says that she's deactivated the elevator, to which the Doctor's like, "Oh, you got stairs, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm not a Dalek." And that's where he walks through the doors and he's into London.
Yeah.
The greatest soundproofing doors of all time, because they full on have like a church bell ringing and there's a bus going past. And don't we get a recreation of one of the most iconic Cyberman shots with is it St. Paul's in the background?
Yeah, we get the St. Paul's shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of them, I think it is that shot where they're marching towards the camera and it finishes with the eye. That's where the episode should have finished.
Yes.
It shouldn't have randomly cut back. Well, we've missed this bit as well. So when Danny's getting all sad about having ended the call with Clara, Mr. Punchable Face comes up to her and says, "Oh, we've got a thing for that. Here's an iPad. Would you like to delete yourself?"
Delete your emotions. Yeah.
And it just smash cuts back to him still unable to make that decision. Very creepily, you see in the reflection that the kids come back.
Yeah, the kid's just watching him.
Watching him like, you going to do it? Are you going to do it?
You're going to do it. I'll do it.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be that close to my murderer.
I would not.
No,
I would not have come back. I'd have run away and then been like, "I'm done, thank you."
Yeah.
Yep. No
I've
more.
seen him. All right, thanks.
Or just whispering over his shoulder, "Do it, do it, do it, do it."
Fucking jump. Die again.
But that's where that episode kind of finishes off. Oh no, wait, we've missed the fucking hugest reveal.
We missed the biggest reveal.
Who is she? Because she
He's so not in order this episode.
we never are.
We never are. We jump back and forth so much.
It's the fun of them.
It's timey-wimey wibbly wobbly.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Of course.
So the Doctor's still trying to deduce who she is.
He's been very slow at this point, hey?
Because she's said earlier in the episode, or it's revealed that she's not in fact an android, that she's the manager of this facility, to which she then kills Dr. Chang. Because throughout this whole two-parter, she waits for someone to say, what is she actually waiting to hear?
I don't know.
The whole tell me something nice thing.
I don't know. You look good as a woman?
Maybe.
Who knows? This, as far as we're aware, the first time
Yeah.
this character has been a woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
She needs some confidence in herself.
And she full-on disintegrates Dr. Chang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With her, was it with her umbrella?
No, it's
No,
with that
she's got a
little
little-
data
Oh, she's
pad
got the
thing.
little data
thing.
pad. Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of wanted a creepy Mary Poppins-esque moment with an umbrella.
I said Mary Poppins this morning, didn't I?
You did, and there is very much a Mary Poppins moment in the next episode.
Yeah.
there is.
He's saying like, oh, though she was saying Missy, it's short for mistress. Well, I couldn't very well keep on calling myself the master now, could I?
And then everyone goes, "Ooh, wow!" At least I did.
No, yeah.
I'm one of the people that avoid spoilers on purpose, so I did not know that was coming.
Oh, did you not?
No.
Ooh. Good, right?
I remember I was like,
Yeah. And the Doctor just got that, like, that classic Capaldi oh fuck face.
yeah.
His eyebrows are through the ceiling.
Yeah, they just gone flying. Yeah.
But because we already know a little bit earlier on, because it's revealed around the two hearts thing, and we finally get her like saying like, you felt the hearts, you know what I am.
You know what I am, yeah.
And she says something along the lines of, I'm the one that you left behind, or
Yeah.
something to that effect. So I still don't really know Classic Who, so I don't know whether they're still trying to sprinkle that it might be the Rani and it might be...
I think they were, teasing.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was doing when I first went. I was like, oh my god, is it the Rani? Or, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
Yeah. But no, we do finally get that reveal. And that's kind of where the episode ends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's just so much to kind of dive in when it comes to the second episode.
Yeah.
And questions around the mechanics of the apparently the rules of this story
Yeah,
are
well,
immediately
yeah.
broken. But yeah, thank you so much to both of you for joining me
It's
for this
alright.
freaking good two-parter.
Yeah.
It is a bit of a banger, but there are weird moments, but most of them are in this second episode to come.
Yes.
So thank you very much for listening. If you do have any comments, speculations over new Doctor Who stuff, do throw them in the comments and we will read them out on the next episode. We are only available on Spotify and YouTube. was about to say Instagram. We don't do that.
Maybe we should.
We should do an Instagram.
Go everywhere.
For a show that has so many visual gags, purely audio medium.
Looking at one now.
Glad you're looking at me.
I do have my own pair now, though.
You do, yes.
I got bamboozled.
You did. Do you want to explain
what
what
you
that was like?
Doing a show with Donna, and then randomly, a tiny little pear appears in my vision. Just presented me with his pear. Alex was what, half the country away?
Yeah.
And Regan was half the country away. And we got this pear just presented to me. But it is now in my little who zone.
But you
That's
didn't even look at me.
No, I didn't.
You punched the table and you went, I know this was you.
I feel like we know each other too well at this point. Yeah, I didn't look at you at all.
No, I'm just honoured that it's become part of your little Doctor Who display.
Oh yeah, that was going up there. Yeah. I've got like Doctor Who stuff everywhere, but I've got this nice little display on my writing desk, and my pear now sits proudly there, and I hate it and love it in equal measure. I'm tempted to get it a little grey wig and some eyebrows.
Oh, nice.
Do it.
But thank you so much to both of you for joining me for this episode.
Nice.
And until the next time, we are flying into time and space.
Moisturize me, moisturize me.